What's up, everybody? Yamez here with Allen Metal Forge. I just realized I forgot to turn off the autofocus on this camera. And for the record, I can barely see the video feed, so I'm not sure how it looks. My monitor's all screwy. So let me turn off the autofocus and adjust the exposure. Stuff that I usually do just before I go live. That looks a little bit better to me, I think. Okay. And okay. And all right. Howdy, everybody. Rob Huff in first with a question mark. Hey, Wayne Cormulus. Dana Trail Dust. Dave Varner, how you doing? Dana Maggiore. Thomas Matthews. Jeff Woodring, what up, J-Dub? Paul Fontanini, Mr. BS Small Engines, Wombat Dundee, Frank Strock, Sulbird over at Shamrock Forge. Looks okay to me. The color's a bit washed, almost sepia tone. I think I adjusted that. Wiley, Dogbone, how you doing? Heathen Blacksmith, how do? Jim Patterson, happy Saturday. Oh, I wish it was a happy Saturday. I'm exhausted. Worked all day today. Well, most of the day. Then I had my nephew's birthday to go to. And then I'm working tomorrow. Right after church, after Blacksmith Gathering, I am jumping in the work truck and rolling out. Got to get done tomorrow. Hey, Davis, Eric, Chaz. Right on. Yeah, it's just something that every time I shut this thing off, Jeff, I've got to, when I turn it back on, I've got to reset settings. And I think I got that on my other camera. But let's see. How's that look, guys? Look all right? Hey, Floyd, Deviant, Adam, how you doing? All right. But yeah, for the record, I do still have, I think, 14 or 15 slots left for hammer number 30. It's a 2-pound cross peen made out of Atlantic 33. So I still have, I think, 15 slots left for that. So if anybody's interested. What's up, little Zach? Always wear PPE. I got it. Speaking of which, make sure I can see. Today I am going to be setting the final welds for the Damascus hammer billet. I've, cleaned it all up, put it all back together, and gonna be setting the welds and hopefully shaping it into a hopefully 1.5 square stock by 4 inches long, or hopefully a little bit longer, so I can clean up the edges and get that all set, welded, cleaned up, shaped, and then we'll be punching the eye and actually making the hammer with it next week, I believe. Well, it was looking good. What happened? Not sure. Hey, Robert. But yeah, so details for this is on my Allen Metal Forge Facebook page. And as soon as we reach 50 or over 50 entries, I will... The next Saturday live stream, I will be doing the drawing. All right, so right on. Alrighty. Scroll down. Hey, Gordon. Michael Robertson, how you doing? All right, so I've been warming the billet. I think I can pull it out and toss some Roy juice on it. Get it cleaned up. Actually, that's really warm. Get it cleaned up a bit. Sprinkle some Roy summoning goof stuff on it. Let me get a little bit in there too. All right. So got that billet. Going to cool the handle down because it's hot, very hot. Get that back in there. Whoop. Yeah. All right. I was going to go over all the stuff for the weld and everything and process a little bit, but Roy really thoroughly covered it last night. All right. I can't believe he used it the other day, Yamez. I know, right, Adam? Hey, Trail Dust, how you doing? What am I making? Davos, I am making a Damascus hammer billet right now. Well, that is the intention. We'll see if it turns out to be that. Bring this up nice and toasty. I'm going to be over here for a bit, so hello. And I know pretty much right after the stream, I am just going to crash and fall asleep. It's going to be glorious to hit the pillows after this. I may, yeah, I was going to say I may skip a bath, but, or skip a shower, but, you know, maybe I shouldn't do that. Oh, right on, Frank. Gordon, I have not at all had time to really go through Facebook much today, aside from, you know, a moment here or there. B, yeah, I have all my tags set to review, so I don't see them unless I go into the review tag section. Too many people have tagged me for not things that I just set it up so where I don't see them. Sorry. I'll take a look after maybe tomorrow morning or something. Hey, Blue Nose. No, I got off of work around 2 o'clock today, and then I had to run over to my nephew's house. or my brother's house to, he was my nephew's birthday was today. Yeah, Gordon brings up a good point. For the record, guys, if you tag me in something, like in a post, like if you mention me, that's one thing. But like if you tag me in something, I typically don't see it. At one point, I was getting about 30 or 40 tags a day, and it's like, all right, this has got to stop. All right. Almost there, guys. No, no need to be sorry. It's, it's nobody. It's not that anybody does wrong. It's just too many. There's, and I don't mind it because when I do go around and glance at it, it's like, oh, cool. Hey, John. Hey, Amy. Yeah, Adam, that's pretty much it. It's like the reason I'm working this weekend is because we won't have time to finish the job that we're on unless we finish it tomorrow. We won't have time to get back to it for another 2 months, and it like there's no power at the house right now. It needs to get done. I wouldn't exactly call me famous. All right. And you know what? It's not even that it's all the blacksmithing stuff. It's old friends from the past would tag me in like weight loss programs and stuff like that and check out this funny video, and it's like, stop tagging me. So it's not even the blacksmithing stuff. Quick short video. I did see in the subscriptions list that you got your Forge back up and running. So that's cool. Good to hear. All right. That's one hot billet. Let's clean it up and go again. Yep, back in the fire. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to bother cooling the handle down because I'm holding it with gloves. Ooh. Get that in there. And switch to a better glove that doesn't have a doesn't have a hole in the palm where I need the heat protection. A good Miller glove. All right. Let me see. Just here for my weekly fix of blacksmithing voyeurism. Nice. It's the bad thing with industrial electrical. You won't get your weekends off, pretty much guaranteed. Well, I do residential mostly, Michael. I stopped doing industrial years ago. And if you look at my personal Facebook page, my Yamez Zace page, I posted pictures of us setting the pole. And whew, it was fun. It was crazy. It was great fun. Right, Frank? Good afternoon, Black Collar Ironworks. How you doing, man? It's the Army's here. Black Collar isn't hiding today. All right. So, forgive me if I'm a bit slow today. I'm a bit tired. Donut! What up, dog? Got Adam over there singing lullabies. Oh, and so you guys know, tomorrow's live stream has to end at 11. I know lately I've been going a little past because it's having a blast with conversation, but I got to get, as soon as church is done tomorrow, I got to roll off to the old job site. Almost a rodeo. It was a blast, Jeff. It was a blast. Thought I was setting. Yeah, I saw that. No, it wasn't a zip line. It was like a lift hoist thing, for, for a 20-foot 6x6 salt treated. Them things weigh around 300 something pounds. And me, Jay, and Jeannie usually put those in by hand, by ourselves. And this time I was like, let's build something. I got pulleys. And we did, and then, as y'all saw, yeah, it's a little bit of setup, but, once we got the beam, the post over there, it was like 30 seconds to get it in the 5-foot hole. Really weird seeing a timber pole, right? Thomas, right now I'm not using the power hammer because I'm setting the welds. Which actually reminds me, this billet is giving off so much heat. I'm going to do something I always recommend people not do. I'm going to wear a glove on my hammer hand for this. Because it's giving off so much heat, it is hot, hot, hot. Hey, Anson. Oh, Anson, I still got to get you that picture. But I will be switching to the power hammer, Thomas, once I get these welds kind of set. Steve! Ignis, what's up? Just going slow, taking my time, making sure that the metal is hot through and through. What's up, Bar Run? Just thought you'd pop in. Right on, right on. All the stars are coming in. Lindsay says hi. Hi, Lindsay. All right. All right. Now, if you kind of watch that cool, let me change cameras. You kind of watch that cool, you can see that's scale, not dark spots. My camera's not exactly set up for this. This is too bright for my camera. Hey, what's up, Kenny? Looks like the welds are taking. All right, let me cool the handle down again. I started to burn my glove. This back in. We'll do that one more time, and then I'll switch to the power hammer. I do hate wearing gloves, though. All right. Oh. Yeah, I missed that too, Anson. You know what I kind of want to do? I want to learn Mokugame or whatever it is, and do a Mokugame brass hammer, like brass and copper, a soft face hammer. Mr. Toombs, this is the longest you've held on my stream, man. Right on. Henry Street St. Forge, what up, man? Rob, how you doing? All right. How are you now? Good, and you? Not so bad? Jaw dropped. Is that Mr. Toombs, Yamez just said? Yeah. Just so you guys know, Ben Toombs is not holding me. He's not holding me prisoner in any way, shape, or form. Hold on, sorry, I'm reading his cue cards. Ben Toombs is not holding me prisoner in any way, shape, or form in order to have a blue wrench on my channel. Is that right? All right, yeah. I am giving Ben the wrench of my own free will. Yeah? Now let the dog go. Hey, Fearless Ferris. All right. It's so weird hammering with the glove on. I tell you what. All right, back in the fire with you. Now we're going to start moving it with the power hammer and getting it to a billet, an appropriately sized billet. How's that sound, everybody? Let me readjust the camera. All righty. Let me see. All righty. What y'all talking about over here? Yamez, I'm hoping to get your materials prepped tomorrow for your stand. Woohoo! Plus a few other things I need to do. Right on. No rush, man. No rush at all. Too many. I hear you. What are we making? A billet for a hammer. A Damascus billet for a hammer, Kenny. The dangling carrot. Okay, this is still good. What size dies did you put on? The dies that I have, they're just my squaring, or my not squaring, my flat dies. So I don't have a set of squaring dies particularly. So it'll be this. And I'm thinking, I always see Damascus hammers done as a cross peen or a straight peen or something like that. I'm thinking of doing a rounding hammer, you know, with fullers, but grinding the fullers in, or partially depressing them, or, you know, forging them, and then grinding the rest of the way with a die grinder and polishing it and seeing how that comes out. Because I always see just these square faces for Damascus, you know, hammers. And I think, you know, a more traditional looking hammer, but Damascus would be freaking awesome. Adios, Floyd. No, what is the dimension on those? Oh, size-wise? It's forklift time. I was looking for my tape measure earlier and couldn't find it. Here's a tape measure. They are 3-inch by 2-inch is what my forklifts are. I'm looking at changing it 3 to 6. Huh. 3 by 6. Deeper or wider? I mean, I do have the room because I've got the larger size everything, but I'd have to cut this off and redo that, and then I don't know. I don't know if I have enough room for 6, but this gets by. This gets me by. It really does. All right. Hey, Neil. Yeah, I don't have much room to go crazy wider, but I could see if you have the room or the what's it called? The dimensions to go wider. Yeah, I could see the appeal of it. Get some grease on there. Uh-oh. Randy, how you doing? All right. Burnt pot pies. Hey, Yamez, was trying to find dog leash. Couldn't find one that would fit your power hammer just in case you want to take it for a walk. Excuse me. It'd have to be a heavy-duty dog leash, man. Thank you very much for the $10 super chat. Highly appreciate it, brother. Well, I am not complaining there, man. I am not complaining. Thank you, burnt pot pies. No, Ben, I trust you. You got it until you prove that you can't use it right, and you do good. Greg Campbell, hello. Bill, how you doing? I am working on let me switch. I am working on a Damascus hammer billet. Adios, Ignis. All right. Alrighty. And back in, get it hotter. Alrighty. I had meant to switch angles there. Alrighty. Continue that up at a welding heat. And get back in the chat here. You know what? I really need to put me on camera. Hey, Bill. So I'm not all the way over on the side. All right, this is my chat reader, aka the phone. Hammer or a Mawabo. I know how to make more than that, Steve. Adios, Dana. Don't forget, smoosh that like button, everybody. Oh, and as always, hello to all the lurkers out there. Yeah, trouble is getting all the cords set up. Bill, a second monitor would be nice. Exactly, John. All right. I am almost an inch and a half by inch and a half. I am very close to having like the perfect size hammer billet for my size and style hammer. Maybe, since this went so well, maybe I'll punch it today as well. What do you guys think about them apples? Y'all like them apples? Them apples are like red delicious apples, I'll tell you what. All right. Oh, Gordon, you're really pushing Ben's buttons. Yeah, I don't think anybody minds if I'm not on camera. Or, yeah, exactly, John. I'd be drawing out and folding. This is almost exactly the size that I want it. So I can't go too far with it. All right. I can't go too far with sizing it up. All right. Down on that side to widen that side. All right. By rough anvil measurements, it's correct. Let me go ahead and grab me a metal measuring device. How many layers? I honestly can't. It was 27 layers, then twisted, very twisted, then folded 6 times, and now I have the billet. Hey, Brett. Old wolf. All right. I know I've got measuring devices somewhere. I have them. I use them. Okay. So, 1.25 inches by 1.25 inches by 5 inches. You know what, guys? Hold on, let me get a glove on. I really don't feel like okay, because I'm going to be losing about a 1/2 inch off of each side. So that's a 4-inch billet by 1.25 inches, That'll probably make a 1.5 pound hammer. Which, oh well. What I'll have to do is remember to add more steel to it next time I do it to make a 2-pound hammer. But right there, I think that's the billet. You know, figure 1/2 inch cut off of each end. That'll get rid of all the nastiness. I really don't feel like upsetting it because, yeah. All right. So, howdy, Bill. I guess so, Wiley. Push that 1/2 inch into You would put a full hardened top and bottom. Because it is Damascus, you would forge weld on. So, one. No, don't really need to. It's 1085, 1084, and 15 and 20. You know, not the perfect hammer material, but it's still a decent hammer material. Plus, I don't think a butt weld would be all that. I'm not that great at those. I'll just say it right there. But I've got a John Burnell. I've got a John Burnell hammer, Damascus hammer, and it works great. And let me pull it out. And it doesn't have a welded face on either end. And that thing works great. So, yeah, I think it'll be hardened enough and good enough for the purposes that this isn't necessarily for sale. This is kind of going to be that it's lighter hammer. I'm going to make it, you know, one of my shop hammers for when, like I had, one of my students was a lady, and she was using the lightest possible hammer that I had, which actually, John Burnell, that was your hammer. And, you know, she was, you know, so anytime she switched over to a 2-pounder, she was like mishitting and it was off. So I'm going to, you know, I said I'll make a smaller hammer for the shop. Let me see. Yeah, I'm definitely tempering it back quite a bit. Sam Stapleton, hey, what's up? Man, just did a half of a ram's head for a walking stick today and 3 horse head bottle openers. Right on! Last week I was here, I did 100 horseshoe nails, pretty monotonous. I'll bet. Something is vibrating over here. Stop it. All right. Twist the bar and make it thicker. George Anderson, any news on the blacksmith boot camp? I was going to get started on it, George, but this week ended up being pretty insane to the point where I worked today and I'm working tomorrow. Yeah, I'll probably get started with that soon, next week or something. I'll make a video on it, but yeah, it's been an exhausting week at work, and we're having an even, you know, more exhausting weekend. Yeah, definitely an oil quench to start. If it doesn't harden up, then, you know, I don't know, maybe I'll take and literally slice off a 1/2 inch off of each end and do a test, you know, like smash them together and do a test on them. A lot of work to ruin it, trying to pull off something crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a really cool hammer as it is. The main reason I did it was because I wanted to, you know. Yeah, George, I definitely will be doing the blacksmith boot camp. I need to. But the main reason I did this was because I wanted to. It's like, it's been a while since I've done a Damascus project and figured it'd be a nice, fun thing for the live streams. And I wouldn't sell it because it's mystery metal. It is as close as I can tell 1085 and 15N20. Now the 15N20 that I have, it is known 15N20. It is bandsaw blade that the person I bought it from had a spec sheet for it. So I know it's 15N20. The lawnmower blade that I used, spark test and best guess at it, is like a 1085, a 1080 series. So it's one of those where it's like I can't guarantee it is any specific type, so I wouldn't sell this or anything. Maybe one day down the line I'll give it away to subscribers, But for now it's another shop hammer. I will probably be quenching. That's a good question. To reduce the risk of popping welds, which shouldn't be a problem. Yo, Sean, I am probably thinking of just quenching the faces like I do A33. So, but I will be looking into it a bit, But let's get this back to hot. And I think I can actually break off this and, yeah, I need to break this thing off and switch to my hammer tongs. In a minute. My welds are easy enough to break. Might have to adjust these, though. Ooh, and I gotta find center. Oh, there's so much stuff I gotta do that I wasn't expecting to get to today. However, I will be cutting edges off the sides. All right. Yeah, like I said, I wasn't ready to. That aluminum gets hot real quick. All right. Where did the chat go? What did I miss? All right. Yeah, I can always refund it if it explodes like a 52-100. Yeah, nope, not doing it. Fishy hot cut? No. Yeah, Sam Stapleton. You've been in here before, haven't you? Wiley, you bring up a good point. The pattern won't pop on the body if it's not quenched. I should quench the whole thing. Is this your favorite style of hammerhead? I have two. My daily driver hammer is my rounding hammer. I am switching to cross peen, but I still find myself referring back to my rounding hammer. I do like the rounding hammer. Wouldn't a full quench after double normalized be better so stresses aren't different? Which, you know what? Yeah, stress, probably. Yeah, I think you guys are right, but I am catching up to you guys. Hey, Jeff, how you doing, man? Mr. Kren. All right. Now that's a center punch. All right. Trying to get to the bottom, All right. Oven temper 450 degrees. Yeah. All right. Speaking of which, I have to find my punch, which I believe, yes, it's right here. Okay. So I've got me hammer punch. Make sure it's dressed properly. It's dressed okay. Make sure I've got that. So there's a lot of setup that I wasn't expecting to do. Probably should get the billet back in the. Yeah, for some reason I thought it was going to take a lot longer to square that up. Well, my nose. Sorry, everybody. Actually, I'll turn off the mic for this. All right. Back. Hey, Kat. Hey, Elaine. Robert, how you doing? You're talking about the Moabo, Sam? I started doing skulls about 2.5 years ago with the bottle opener mouth, and we call them Moabos, mother of all bottle openers. I got a big one that Roy made me from Christ-Centered Ironworks, a Roy Abo. Hey, Mike, how you doing? And Debaka, a lot of people showing up. All right. But for the record, the Mawabo, mother of all bottle openers, be right there. And this is wrought iron, etched in acid, and gorgeous. All right. Where's my chat reader? So I can be over there and read the chat. The Foab. Foabo. Today you're getting your Yamez fix. Right on, man. All right, before this gets too hot, I do want to put little larger dimples where I'm going to be setting these. Something that I can easily find. Chano. Also, I got to set these a bit better. Not really. All right. Gotta let that heat up real nice. Where's my handler? She's at home, Ben. I've got work this weekend, so I don't have time to do anything other than, this, sleep, and work. Yes, Mr. Maker. K. Elaine Hooper is Elaine. And with this, I might take the little plug out and hammer it flat, heat treat it, and make a little coin. I think that'd be pretty neat. And Ben, I don't have a handler. Nobody can handle me. Yes, Sam, I am going to drift by hand. Right now, I'm just reheating the billet back up after letting it cool off because I talk too much. Should be right here. But does that look all right, or is that too sepia toned? That looks really, really off to me. That looks really, really off to me. And I think it's my actual camera setting. That look better, guys? I use coal, Thomas. Wiley, I normally do drill holes, but I've never really had a problem with it. I don't have enough time to let it cool down, drill it, and then get back to punching it for the show. Looks vintage. $10 super chat from Metal Man. Thank you, Kenny. All right. Okay. Yeah, I had the white balance was off. I apologize. But thank you again for the super chat, Kenny. Much appreciated. The super chats, they really, really do help. I would punch this with my power hammer because I was practicing that, but I'd rather do this by hand right now. It looked cool. Thank you. People appreciate my art. I'm going to take it slow and make sure it doesn't split on me. Even if all I do is get the hole punched today and not drifted, I'll be happy. Right, Ben? Bill Wheel, if you are worried about the 30%, and this goes to anybody, if you guys are worried about the 30% that YouTube takes from me, I do have a PayPal link. You guys feel free to donate directly to, and if I get the little notification thing about a PayPal, it will kind of count as a super chat in here, and I'll read whatever notes you say and all that stuff. So there is an alternate way of doing it, Bill. What dimensions needed for a decent hammer eye drift? It really depends. Mine is about 3/4 wide or 3/4 thick by 1.1/8 wide is what I usually punch to. Hey, Nidavellir. Use the Sam Towns hammer. It'll go quicker, but so will your arm. I'm using my 4-pound hammer. My big one. Yeah, Sam's a giant. I missed his last couple of streams. I feel terrible. And Davis, not a problem. If there's available information out there that I can share it. $19.99 super chat from Kaylane Hooper. He told me to send you this. Thanks, Tuna. Thank you very much. I'm going to give that lady a round of applause. All right, that ought to be sufficiently warm. Alrighty. Whoo-doo-doo-doo-doo. It's punching nicely, guys. I wasn't expecting to punch a hammer today, guys. Hey, Mr. Coffee, how you doing, squad father? Heavy Forge. All I ever make is hammers, and I enjoy it. Right? Am I punching through the welds? I am punching across the layers, not through the layers, if that answers your question. However, there are twists. Going to bed, black collar? Adios, Michael. I will see you tomorrow, man. Good night, man. Thank you very much. Night, Dave. Night, BC. Everybody's leaving. Everybody's tired. I'm tired. Have I already thought about what kind of handle I'm going to use? Probably hickory. I don't have anything other than hickory with me right now. And it's, like I said, just kind of a shop hammer. If I get something nice at another date, I can rehandle it easy. But to get it and put it to use, I'm just going to use hickory. Looks like I'm going to get a nice clean plug out of this. It wants to come out. It's hanging on by a thread. I don't want to stress the welds too much. There we go. Oh. Punched. That's pretty dang cool, guys. All right. Now I got to figure out. Man, it's early. If I had a hammer punched and I wasn't exhausted, I would totally be drifting that by now. I do need to widen the hole a little bit. Not full drifting, but maybe I can switch over and get the fullers in too. All right. Good night, people. I'm here for the good night fight. Right on, George. All right. Let me see. Trying to catch up on chat here. I should be using this. Gordon's out. Good night, Gordon. I don't see a deleted comment, Ben. I don't know what you're talking about. So, yeah. Everyone help. Black Collars is going to... is trying to take his debit card back. Close-up of that hammer. Looks sweet. How many pounds? The one I'm working on, or the one that I was using to drift that, Cormulus? Yeah, right now it's about 2 pounds. After grinding and cleanup, it's going to be probably 1.5 pounds because I got to cut the ends off. But if you're talking about this hammer, that's a 4-pound hammer. If you're talking this one, that's a 4-pound. Yeah, this is a 4-pound 1045 hammer, I believe. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's right. The drift. I gotta open that up just a little bit more. Open that up just a little bit more, and then I can change dies on the power hammer and kind of start a little bit of the fullering process. Now, like I said earlier, I don't want to fuller too much because I am going to grind away a lot, but I want to have the fuller lines kind of, I don't want to lose weight on a hammer if I don't have to. Don't fuller it until after I cut the ends off. Good point. Well, I was going to fuller it, get the fullers started, just started, and then slice the ends off, you know. That's kind of, you know, not a full fullering, you know, like not bringing it all the way to fullered. Hold on, let me explain something. I think got lost in translation. You know, what y'all are telling me. Every Damascus hammer that I've ever seen has like flat sides, no fullers, they're cross peens or straight peens or combo peens. And if they are, you know, a rounding hammer, they have, you know, it's like more like a sledge, you know, which looks cool. However, I've got, let me show you, I don't got to grab them. I've got, for my air tools, I have some grinding dies, you know, that'll fit the fullers. So my point is to start the fullers and do a rounding hammer, not fully fullering it in, but just making the lines essentially and getting it started, you know? And then grinding the fullers in, pull the effect of the Damascus out, and then grinding the faces flat, or the cheeks flat, and up here, you know, make it look like this, but, you know, fully polished Damascus. Yeah, John, well, I don't got a hydraulic press, so... So there's not going to be a peen size bill, peen side. It's going to be a rounding hammer. Does that make sense, guys? A little bit? Y'all follow, y'all picking up what I'm putting down? You follow the rat through the maze with that one? If I cut the fullers off or cut the ends off, I may, my worry is you get the fullers started, and again, not crazy fullering, just going in like tops, 3/16 of an inch, to get it started. And then grinding it down decently, top, bottom, sides, and then going into the corners. So it won't be like full, I kind of have a vision in my head how I'm going to grind it. It's going to be tricky, but it's going to be cool. You think so, Wiley? Just grind the fullers? Don't even bother, say, screw trying to keep a weight and just let it be what it is. And it'll be a light hammer for people in the shop who need to use a light hammer, You know what? That was kind of my internal debate, Wiley, was to grind the fullers fully, completely whatsoever. Like take this after it's done, drift it out and smush the cheeks and all that fun stuff, and then fully grind it back to square, and then grind in the hammers or the fullers or squish the fullers. Yeah, I think so. All right, Robert, thank you for stopping by. You know what? Are you guys all cool with that compromise? Fully grinding in the fullers. I think so, George. Yeah, because you're right, Wiley. The twisted aspect of this, you'll see a lot of pattern in the in the fullers, specifically. Now, what would really, really make this go a lot easier is if I had like a small wheel set for my 2x72. As a matter of fact, this would be a wild card, but if anybody has a set of small wheels, like 3/4 wheel for a 2x72 that they could ship me to borrow for this hammer, and then I'd ship them back after I get the fullers ground in. That'd be kind of neat, because I can't afford the $200 it is for the set. Yeah, you guys, I think you guys convinced me. Grind it completely. Grind it completely. Trying to see who I can hit up that might have a small set. Yeah, see, I've been meaning to get a set, but other costs have been more important than, because I always use a hammer to hammer in the fullers, or so. No. Do you really think that would go over well, Randy? Round file works. It's not a bad idea. Jeff, pretty much just one to work the grind. Just, I believe I do a three-quarter fuller is what I typically do. And then the holder attachment for my, that goes on a platen die grinder. That's what I got. What I was going to do is I've got a, let me grab them. I've got die grinders for my air tool, or for my air compressor, and went to Harbandor Freight and picked up the sanding drum kit and also some rotary rasps. So I think the combination of those, I could pretty much do it. What about Roy? Yeah. You know what, Metal Man? That might work too. I'm pretty good at dealing with or working with what I have. So I think with what I have here, hell, I've got an old wheel that I can take and use a wheel dresser and dress it down to the size that I want it. No, don't worry about it, Jeff. I think I got it. I think I got what I'm going to do. So yeah. Yeah. You know what? What I have, I think I'll be able to do it. Yeah. And then that's going to be a lot of hand sanding. Yeah, you're right, Jim. You're right. Burnt pot pies. $10 super chat. Yeah, I'm free. A whole bunch of rope burns, but I'm free. Now smoosh the like button twice. Oh. Yeah, Big Jim. I think that's what we're going to go with is fully ground in. So what I'll do next stream will be drifting this out and getting the cheeks spread a bit or down a bit, and then more play. And now here's the thing, guys, and I'll ask your all's opinion of this. I typically don't do a live stream at the grinder. It's noisy. Would you guys want to see me grinding this and working that? It wouldn't be a hot show. What am I making what out of deerskin? Oh, the Sporan. I think grinding this hammer would be a boring show. And yeah, exactly. The 2x72 is just crazy loud, Yeah, y'all come here for me to hit metal and, all that stuff. So next week I'll be drifting it because I would do it today because I have half an hour. But I am just so bushwhacked tired. Next week I'll do the drifting and get it cleaned up. Excuse me. And then probably throughout the week, as I have time, I'll do the grinding and cleaning it up. And I'll get it figured out and all that stuff. And week after next week, hopefully I'll have it done or to a point where I can do a test etch and see where it's at. Do a test etch to see if I like where it's going, and then do the heat treat. Adios, Wolf. Adios, Stress. Bill. But yeah. See, Bobby, I really don't think that's going to be too much of a problem. Um, I'm not going to be using it a lot. I'm going to have students, use it. It's basically, or rather, people who can't swing a full 2-pound hammer, because it's going to be like 1.5 pounds or less. After all grinding is said and done, it's going to be a lightweight hammer. So it's not going to be in any way, shape, or form my daily driver. Hey, Chris. Adios, Wiley. I didn't even catch your joke there, Rob. You said autocorrect ruined a joke. I didn't really see. Yeah, let me know, Cormulus, how that goes. I'm not really a fabricator, and I definitely don't have a metal lathe or none of that stuff. But if you come up with a easy, way to make small contact wheels, email me a parts list and some stuff, because that would be. I'm finding that I could use that. I can clean up my hammers much nicer if I had, small contact wheels. Sometimes I tune in to watch you hit metal, and sometimes I tune in to find out how you think. How I think. Oh, that's crazy is how I think. How you doing, Chris Schaefer? So yeah, like I said, that billet just needs a little bit of TLC. Has this cooled down? Okay. And then I'm going to probably clean up the rag on the punch and, flatten that out that'll come out to be about a dime size piece of Damascus. But I think if I clean up the rag and flatten that, I really think that that'll be a pretty wild little token. That's what I'm thinking, Bill. Scaffold wheels gives you 6 and 8-inch contact wheels with a rubber face that works great. I got scaffold wheels. I also have like an 8-inch contact wheel. I don't need an 8-inch contact wheel. Like not right now. How's it coming? It's coming good. I got the hole punched. It didn't split, so yoo-hoo! I got the slug, talking about cleaning the rag off of it and flattening it into a dime. And I'll drill a hole in it and make it a keychain. I do kill it in a tutu, Ben. Let me pull the bar out. I have it kind of stress or cooling, like a stress relief kind of thing, just letting it slowly cool down with the coals. But Let's see. Can you see the hole? Hole through it. None of you guys go, dark spot. I know how you all are. Kind of a slow cool on it. No, next week's stream is going to be drifting this thing, and yeah, yes, annealing, but also John, kind of stress relief, like slowly coming down, letting the stress relieve itself, all that fun stuff. But yeah, it's going to be drifting and drawing out the cheeks a bit. And remember, guys, I don't do crazy cheeks. I don't do big chickmunk cheeks like, everybody else does. I was told by somebody a while ago that, a hammer absolutely always has to have cheeks for balance or something. And no, they don't. They don't have to have cheeks, Normalization. There you go, John. I can't think. I'm tired. My brain is ooga-dooga-doo. I pulled that on him a long time ago, and he has learned just to roll with it. Well, which one was that? We have 2 2.5 pounders, an 8-pound head, long handle or short for an 8-pounder. You can do a short handled 8-pounder. I wouldn't use it for much more than, like quick drifting. But an 8-pound head be better on a long handle or medium handle. Do a like a 2-foot handle rather than like a 3-foot handle. Something that you can hand swing or have somebody strike for. The normalization, quenching affects the pattern. Quenching, heat treating it brings out somebody with somebody with a bit more metallurgy. I know what it does, but putting it to words, I will sound dumber. Exactly, Adam. I know that, like, when you heat treat, actually, if you're leaving it in the fire to cool, then you're annealing it. Thank you, Jim. All right, yes. I'm not a metallurgist. Words. Loud noises. I love lamp. I know that when you do the heat treatment, quench, and all that stuff, it does something. Words like martensite and austentize and pearlizing or perlite and stuff like that, all that fun stuff. And it does things to the actual crystalline structure of the metal, like tightens it up, pulls it in, all that fun stuff. And you get a more defined etch when you do that. So I knew people who knew more than me would pop it in. I know it's in here, but like knowing it and being able to say it are two different things. And that's why I love my streams, is because there are people who know what I'm thinking and can type it out faster than I can stumble across the random words. I like my martini sites with 2 olives. I like a martini glass full of olives and then a splash of gin, and I'm glad. That's mine. That's me. I like olives. Oh, so I love lamp. At least somebody got it. It's okay. If I know the answer is yes, it does affect it. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Long story short, George. Yes, the etch is affected by the quench and all that stuff and the heat treatment process. How you doing, Morante? Good morning. Yeah, you're a bit late, but whatever. Good thing you popped by. Finished up punching the what was I doing today, guys? Punching the Damascus billet and um, letting it, what's the word? Anneal. Not Neil Graham, anneal. Not anneal. Yeah, okay. Bill Will. Need a handle for an 8-pounder. Should I go with a one-handed or two? I already told you. For an 8-pounder, I would do a 1.5 hand. You know, a shorter two-handled hammer. Two-hand hammer. So that you can hold it at the end and swing it like a sledge, or grip it in the middle and swing it like a hammer. That's what I would do, me. Had to say that now. Say that, didn't I now? I have to go to the store and get some olives. Yeah, me too. I'm going to go grab some olives and some gin. I'm punch drunk. Call it punch drunk. I had to, in order to be able to smile and wave for the camera, I had to chug a Red Bull just before the stream, and then I've been sipping on my glorious Arizona Southern style real brewed sweet tea. Hashtag not a sponsor. How you doing, MK? George, I know you've had a rough week, but thanks for making time for us. I appreciate it. Man, George, I've been through so much worse, weeks in the 3 years I've been doing these live streams. I think when I first started doing live streams, and several of you have been here since the beginning. My first live stream was on Facebook. I did that. It was Saturday noon to like 6 or 7 on my Island Metal Forge Facebook page. And I did that for like 2 weeks. No, like a month. I did Saturdays and Sundays, noon to whenever. And then I switched to YouTube and was doing noon, Saturdays and Sunday, noon to like 6 every weekend. Every weekend. 12 hours of forging, live. And then I had a day where I had to work on a Saturday and could not make it to my noon showing. So I moved the show to 6 o'clock and went from having, in that one day, 8 people to 15 people watching to having 20 to 30 people watching. No, it was 20 to having 20 people watching. And it was like, this is a better time slot. So I started at 6 and went to 8 and did 6 to 8 Saturday, 6 to 8 Sunday. Then I dropped Sundays and just kept, and I've been doing it for 3 years. And I haven't missed a show regardless of how exhausted I am. Wait, I missed one show. I missed one weekend recently in October. It was because I was camping in a place where I did not have a signal, and I had Adam from Speargrass Forge cover me, and then Tim from Big Dog Forge cover me for Sunday. So yes. I talk too much. Question, Yamez. My wife is designing big doors for our new home. I want to forge very strong hinges. Could you forge very strong hinges to see how it's done? I have never forged a hinge, Morante. Some videos you want to check out for hinges would be Black Bear Forge. He does awesome hinges. And you know, he explains it in great detail how to do it. So those off the cuff, check out Black Bear Forge's hinge videos, and he can show you a lot more about hinges than I can. Yes. All right. I'm getting lost here. Oh. All right. Let's not go into who hurt who over bacon and olives. I like both. You should go to midnight, then you'd have as many viewers as that Roy guy. Oh, man. I would love it if I logged in, you know, started the show on a Saturday and the numbers, you know, hit, you know, 40, 50, 60, 120. I'd be like, what do I do? I need to entertain all these people. What do I do? Oh, no. I don't know what I would do. I'd lose my mind. I'd be like, hoo, 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 child, no. Yeah, no problem, Morante. Oh, shut it, Ben. I do get lost in my own yard, Randy. All right. I finally reached the bottom of the chat. Matt Irvine, thank you. Adios, Debaka. Adios, John. Everybody who's leaving, Neil, adios. I'm going to be out of here too soon. Yeah, I was way behind in the chat. I think, since everybody's leaving, I think it's about time for Good Night Fire. Yes, Adam, I am going to sleep very well tonight. I'm going to sleep like a baby, tossing and turning and waking up every half hour with crap in my pants and a cry on my lips. You're welcome, Debaka. All right. I do need a long nap. I really, really do. All right. Make me leave. I'll make you leave. Oh, you guys are killing me. Yep. And I will see all of you tomorrow for Blacksmith's Church. For those of you who made it this far, of course, you guys know it is time for Good Night Fire. It's a time of day where the blacksmith is done working and he puts down his tools and he lets the fire bank out so that he can go and get a nice rest. And good night, fire. Good night, coal. Good night, embers. Good night, glow. Good night, hammer. Good night, tongs in the rack. Good night, steel. From yellow to black. Anvil is quiet. Still as the tweer. Good night, blacksmiths. Everywhere. Hey, Jared. Yep, in late. Good night, guys. Everybody, before you go, blow out the candle. Oh, you got it. Somebody was on the ball with that. Excuse me. All right, guys. Appreciate the heck out of you guys. Thank you all for the super chats. And Yep. I will see you all in the morning. Adios, amigos.